pints?
Who?
The Master of Unlocking podcast.
Oh.
I don't know how. Sure, but I mean, we get buckets every week, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I say we get buckets every week.
Yeah. Always
Get buckets.
Always shooting 100%. Like
always.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're always putting up high.
Maybe like 99%.
Yeah, I mean, we could even if we're shooting like NBA good field goal percentage, like 46.
Sometimes Jason speaks up and then ruins our hot streak. But other than that,
Yes. Do we have a hot streak going of food this week? We have the Hardee's. I guess what are these are the BLT Ranch things that we tried.
line of products.
Line of products, yes.
A line of products.
So there is the BLT
line of
Ranch
products.
chicken sandwich, the BLT Ranch burger, and the BLT Ranch fries. Now we all, we did try to do the Noodles and Company salads, but they were not in our area. So we decided we split this up. So I did the chicken sandwich, Caleb did the burger, and Jason did the fries, right? Okay. So what did everybody think of the things that they had?
I don't think there was any ranch on it. Did you have ranch on your chicken?
I had ranch.
Okay.
But my bacon wasn't cooked at all.
Oh.
I had 2 bites of the bacon and looked down at it a couple times and went, I don't think this is cooked. And I decided against eating the rest of the bacon.
Mine was just a pretty generic bacon cheeseburger.
What are your fries?
Awful.
Oh, man. This is a bad
Awful.
experience all around, isn't it? Because the fries aren't the best fries to begin with.
If you're not going curly, right? Because the curlies are the way to go at Hardee's.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're talking about a subpar traditional fry anyway.
Are Burger King and Hardee's fries the same?
No. Hardee's fries are skinny and even worse.
I don't know that I've ever had Hardee's regular fries.
I had them today.
I had them.
And they were gross. They're not quite a shoestring. They're actually like a steak and shake.
No, they're not.
They're pretty
well,
thin.
okay, then maybe you got different fries with your thing because I had regular fries with my order and they weren't thin.
Oh, okay.
They were similar to Burger King and Wendy's, like size-wise,
Okay.
thickness-wise. So maybe they gave you different ones than with your weird BLT things.
No thanks.
You win some, you lose some. This week we lost some.
6. It was fine.
If my bacon was cooked, it maybe would have been a 6 or a 7, but with my bacon not being cooked, this thing's a 3. How are your fries?
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Terrible. Not great. Edible,
Edible? Yeah.
but flavorless.
See, I had a
The
part.
bacon actually, my bacon was fine.
Yeah. See, my bacon not being cooked essentially was not edible.
There
So
you go.
yeah, I
Yeah.
had to subtract that part off of it. Otherwise, it was just a very generic chicken sandwich. They didn't even use the chicken that they use for their new hand-breaded chicken sandwiches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was still like their
What?
old chicken. Yeah,
Maybe they're just trying to get rid of their old chicken.
maybe that was the whole.
They're not putting the new chicken breast on there?
No, and this thing was very boring. Like if they would have maybe spiced it up, put like a bit of spicy chicken, throw a slice of pepper jack on there, but man, this was boring as hell.
I think I have one for this week.
Oh, good. Oh,
yeah.
good.
Excellent.
Well,
'cause
it's
I
more
hadn't-
fried chicken though, so hopefully you're okay with that.
I'm not even. Yeah.
What else are we
I
doing
love
here?
fried chicken. I'm not going to.
Arby's now
Oh,
has
yes.
chicken nuggets
Yes.
for the first time.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So we
They're
should
like
try
giving them
those.
away in a kid's meal. I saw
For
too.
$1, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I forgot that I was like, oh yeah, we should do that.
At first, I was like, "Is this exclusive to kids' meals?" Because that would be weird going in and ordering a kids' meal. But it's not. You can order like I think it's a 10-piece or
I
whatever.
think it's $3
yeah.
is what they are right now. Yeah, that's like a $3 introductory thing. They've got this new $3 plan. And
Yeah.
I think there's a few weird, goofy things on it. So yeah, you can get a kids meal of it for $1 with the price with a purchase of a regular meal. It was,
How many come in the kids' meal one? 4, probably.
I don't know. They look small. They look more like bites.
Is that enough? If you get something else and then a kids' meal, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
Oh,
just get the
yeah. I
regular
guess yeah.
version.
Like I'll order a big
Or
Montana.
order a 10-piece or whatever the regular one is, and then get your kids' meal for $1. Get an extra, however many.
Yeah. Get a bunch of extra nugs. I mean, hey, when you're at least getting the curly fries while you're there,
Yeah,
so that's always a win.
that might be.
But I don't know if I
like
could go
this
and not
plan.
get a roast beef either.
Yeah. Oh, and also remember that the one on Main Street closed.
Yes.
So you have to go to the one on what is that? Empire.
There's one on South Veterans too.
There's
Veterans
yeah.
and Morrissey.
3.
No, the one on North Main closed. So that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When did
There's-
that happen? Recently?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah,
The one
like-
that was attached to the
Gas station.
gas station. So then there's the one that's. Is that off of Empire?
I think that's
Empire just down from the mall,
Right.
and then South Veterans off Morrissey.
Okay. Yeah, the new one that's by Firehouse, right?
Yep.
Communis
Oh, I forgot
$1 million.
about that one. Okay.
Because I think that actually took the place of that weird donut place that was there.
Yeah. The donut experiment.
Yeah, the experiment
was,
failed.
Yeah. Sorry. Donut. Rip. Sorry. Loved you. Hardly knew ye, but loved ye.
It's too far south for me to go. So yeah. Okay, well we got that planned for next week. That's at least good. So let's get in. You want to do gaming news or games first?
This is that news because it just dropped today. If you're thinking of the same thing I'm
yeah.
thinking.
The new Switch that was rumored got announced today.
Jason, did you see this at all?
No.
Oh, so
Are
we're
we
gonna
breaking news to
educate you.
Okay.
Okay.
Breaking
So
news.
Wait.
Here-
Before you
Yeah.
start,
Uh-huh.
Jason, what do you think the new Switch will be?
Yeah, tell us what you want out of a new Switch, since we know already.
Okay. So I would like this Switch to be non-portable and be more like her traditional video. Wait, hold on. What's is the question what I want it to be or
Both.
what I think it is?
We want
okay.
both of those.
What I
answers.
want it to be is a traditional video game console as powerful as possible, much like the others in the market. I don't think it's that. I think
Okay.
it will continue to be a portable / gaming device that you dock. And I think that they will have the ability to do docked 4K, probably not HDR, and let's see.
What do you think the resolution on the screen itself would be?
The screen itself,
Yeah, because right now
1080.
Okay.
Because it's what current is it currently 720?
It's 720.
Yeah, it's currently
right now.
720,
So
right,
on the
okay.
screen itself, if it is portable, 1080.
Hmm.
Hopefully, dock supports up to 4K, no color latitude, and not. I wouldn't call it last generation hardware in there, but nothing like what's in there. What's in the PS5 and the Xbox. That would be my guess at what they're doing. So, I want a huge horsepower bump out of them, and a system that is more in line with the others at like a $400 price point, but they're probably going lower and concentrating still on mobility, which is not something I'm very interested in.
All right, cool. You know how much you know what you got out of that?
What?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
No
This
kidding.
is the most Nintendo-ass Nintendo thing they could have done.
Oh no, even
So-
worse than that, huh?
So they put an OLED in it
On board.
on board,
Okay.
which
Slightly bigger.
which
It's like
the
half an
screen
inch
is
bigger.
slightly bigger. It's a half inch bigger, but the form factor isn't going to be any bigger because it still has to hold the Joy-Cons.
Mhm.
So it is compatible with the first generation Joy-Cons.
Correct.
Yes.
You get a new dock,
Okay.
Oh, before you move on, that OLED screen,
Mhm.
still 720.
still 720. And it would be thinner, so you'd think that there would be new like hardware components inside of it. Yeah, there's not.
Jeez.
Sorry, you do get one new hardware component. You go from a 32 gig hard drive to a 64 gig hard drive. 64 gigs.
Well, that tells you the answer right there. They're going to continue to concentrate on their own specific
Mhm.
stuff, and they're
Yeah.
not going to in the early days of the Switch where they embraced some third party like, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat, The Witcher. That's not
That's over.
where they're
They're
heading.
From what I understand, they make their money on indies and first party.
Okay.
Those indie games that people can download from their
Hey,
store.
That's kind of a chicken and egg situation there, though,
Mhm.
because they make their money on it because that's what's there.
Mhm.
They have not attracted AAAs, so therefore they're
Well,
not.
they
making
can't
money
because
with
they don't have the
AAAs.
power to run
That's
a
what I'm
AAA.
saying. It's chicken and egg there, because they haven't given the power to AAA developers to make games.
Yeah.
So AAA developers have not made games,
Right.
and then it goes in a cycle.
I mean,
like that.
Bethesda tried. They tried. They did. They gave it their best, and it sounded like those games just ran like shit.
Yeah.
From what I had understood, they made them playable, but nowhere near what the experience you got on a console or a PC was. Just not even close. I assume that Microsoft is not going to support that moving forward now that they are owned by the big Microsoft,
The big Phil Spencer.
the big Phil Spencer. The other thing that it did get on the dock was Ethernet port. So that did not have a hardwired option. So it now has a hardwired option, and the speakers are a little bit better, it says. So other than that, you kind of don't have a new reason to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
So for you guys, you're like, oh, well.
Especially if you only play it docked, there is
Yeah.
literally no reason to upgrade.
No, literally none.
So are they phasing out the old Switch? I mean, that's
I don't know. It
They
doesn't.
said-
They never said. This new Switch is $350, so they're adding $50 to it and only adding this OLED and small. They're doubling the hard drive, but
battery life notes.
Same.
nope, it's nothing on the battery life. I mean, how many people were already playing Switch games on an OLED screen? You were. I mean,
Much bigger than that, dude.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
what a
just-
bummer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not bummed because that's just one less thing I have to buy this year.
True. I guess I was just hoping for something a little. Give me that half step, but I guess they just don't care.
And that could still be coming too.
It could be,
mean-
but maybe it's the full step, I guess, because this seems just like a very weak revision of something. But I mean, how many versions of the DS did they go through?
Exactly.
The 3DS. I mean, all of those things too. They've been known to do it before. Not saying they can't today, but maybe there was chip shortage issues. I mean, at the
Sure.
same time,
I
maybe
mean-
I mean, I don't know. You don't know exactly what and why they make these decisions that they did. It just
So it's just a little, yeah.
it's,
a little
it's very
disappointing, but
it's disappointing and just kind of odd.
yeah.
Like it compared to what they've done in the past and what other companies have done with the half step console. I'm just
I wonder though,
surprised.
Jason, for you, if the used market will get better with these if you're still looking for one.
Yeah, that's why I was
somebody
curious
upgrades.
about the first generation, if there were deals to be had there, but I don't know if there are
I think
because demand was high enough
Mhm.
the whole time. I can't imagine there's a
Right.
warehouse full of original Switches.
That's true.
The odd thing I did see today, though, was they put a lot of first-party games on sale today, which never happens. Like, a lot of them drop down to 35 and 45, and Nintendo doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not a
Like
thing
physical
they do.
or
Physical,
really? Wow.
Several. I think Best Buy had them all. And other places were honoring it. So I don't know. I mean, they even dropped that Mario Kart Home Circuit thing down to $75, which that doesn't surprise me because I think that thing was overpriced to begin with for considering what it was. But yeah, like you can get Mario Odyssey now for $35, like that.
Go do that. If you haven't yet, go do that.
Yeah, go play Mario Odyssey for $35. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's well worth it. I think even the new Super Mario Brothers with Bowser's Fury, $45. That's worth it right there too. Especially if you never played New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Or Super Mario Brothers 3D Land, whatever it is. Yeah. So yeah, lot of good things out
That
there.
reminds me, I need to play Bowser's Fury sometime.
Yeah, you do. At some point, yeah.
Yeah, before the end of the year. I should
Mhm.
play that.
I'm sure one of us can make that happen.
That might be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only thing so far though that on Switch that I haven't played this year that I feel like I should play.
I mean, I've got a game on Switch I can talk about if we're ready to go there.
I mean, you should also play some Pokemon Snap. Can I interest you in some Pokemon Snap?
I'm not interested, but I mean,
I don't. Do you know what Caleb's talking about? Because I don't know what he's talking about.
no, I don't think it's a game. I don't think it's a real game.
Is this like an anime thing?
It could be an anime thing.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, is this like a porn thing?
I was gonna, you know what? I will. All right. What I stopped myself, but I was gonna say, is this a hentai thing?
No, it could be. I don't know. He's into some weird stuff over there, but
I'll do my annual few days off in the fall and grab
Bar-
one of your Switches and then
Yeah.
just
Well, I mean,
burn
the thing
through.
is there's really, I mean, we looked at the release calendar for the Switch, and there's nothing.
There's
Oh.
really not much unless you're into
So-
Metroid.
Yeah,
I
which,
would like to play that.
Yeah, so maybe wait until after that's out. And then
Do we even know when
steal one of
Metroid's coming
ours.
out?
I think it's
like
October.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would come out before my trip because so I could actually have something worth playing. I'm looking for a good indie game to play on my very long flight I have coming up. So,
Oh yes, Nintendo, the big indie company.
yeah.
Ah, yes.
Well, it's on their eShop, so I'll at least. It's something I can play. But I'm sure I could find some other random game. That's how I played. My friend Pedro was on there,
Yeah.
like just something silly like that. Maybe there'll be a good. Oh my gosh, Devolver game.
That's what's weird about that though is like the Devolver games that they just announced at E3 were all.
They all could run on a Switch easily.
I don't know. Not all of them.
No, yeah, I guess
There were
that's true.
some. So there, like, it wasn't completely like Devolver pixel art. It's not your
Yeah.
father's Devolver.
Yeah.
They've moved up a little
They
bit.
have,
yeah.
like the Shadow Warrior trailer. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
Shadow
that runs
Warrior,
on
I
a
don't think it's
Switch.
going to run on a Switch.
Unless it's a really like, you know,
You want 5 frames
Pair-
a second?
yeah.
You might get 7 if you're lucky, docked. So,
Video games.
yeah. So, speaking of Switch, I played Mario Golf this week.
The look on your face just now kind of said a lot.
That thing starts off with a hell of a FMV movie. Like we'll
That's weird.
we'll watch it when we
Okay.
get
Okay,
done
I'm
here.
excited to see it.
But this thing is like you think you're gonna have some intense ass golf. Like it's dark as hell. Like I don't know what's going on. Like every Mario character is there, and they're ready to battle. I mean, this is battle golf. But when you get out there to do that battle golf, that fairway is way too large, and you don't really have a way to battle each other, and it's kind
Oh.
of dumb. The golf part of it is actually way too easy. It's just click, click, click. Like and even like it's pretty forgiving with how you have to hit everything, how you hit balls. The story mode is a complete waste of time. Just to get to actually play, I had to do 45 minutes of tutorials. And when I say 45 minutes of tutorials, I think it was closer to actually about 5 to 7 minutes of actual tutorials. The rest of it was making me sit and watch conversations that happened between Birdo and one of the Koopa Troopas and what are the football player guys' names? Like
Oh, what are they called? They're like
oh, the ones from
Mario World.
World.
Yeah, they have
It's like name. It's like Touchdown Terry or like
Yeah, it is
something- it's
it
something
is
like
a-
that. It's like
Interesting.
linebacker.
I haven't thought about
Something.
those characters in I don't know years.
Yeah, and then you are your me character.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the thing that
interesting.
turned me off when I saw that. I was like, you don't even play as like Mario during the story.
And
That's
so
lame.
like you have no powers to start out with. Like everybody else has like a special and stuff. Are you looking up what these things
Yeah,
names
I
are?
can look it up.
They tried to put so much story behind it, but then when they all talk, they just have like sound effects that play as they talk. So the Koopa guy just goes, "Hey, hey, boo! Hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh," and it's over and
So
over.
it's
and
but it's
over
when you're
again.
reading lines of
Yes.
dialogue. Oh boy. Yeah,
And
okay.
you can't skip it. It's just so finally I just turned it off, turned on a podcast,
Sure.
fought myself through it, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna play some golf. Okay, now you play 3 holes, like 3 holes, and then you've got more story, and then it's just like, let me play the damn game, and the game itself is just too easy.
Mhm.
So, and the new mechanic that they put in is like this. It's the rush stuff with it, or I think because it's called Mario Golf Super Rush, I think, is you have to run to your ball, and then you play against 4 other people, and you can like hit them to like make them slow down, but you really don't get penalized a whole lot for not making it to your ball in time or anything else. It's like you get a timer to what you need to do it in, but I've got tons of time left.
Mm.
And so maybe it's just because it's early on, but I also don't know how much more of it I want to play because I can't stand the side story in it. It's just way too much and way too dumb.
I was close. It's Chargin' Chuck.
Charging Chuck. I knew it was.
Can we rename it to
name.
Touchdown
I knew it was
Terry? 'Cause I like that
yeah,
better.
I like
Pretty
Touchdown
good. Touchdown Terry.
Terry.
Pretty
It's
good.
pretty good. I knew it was alliterative, but I just couldn't think of what the actual one was. But it's that game. If you just do the like, hey, I'm gonna play a round of golf and select whatever character you want to play, that's more fun than the story mode of it, and that's not a good thing. And even like the battle mode stuff, like it wants you to play it with other people, but when we tried to play 2-player, it was a pain in the ass because like you're constantly like fighting to see who can be on the screen at the same time, and then as soon as whoever gets their ball first, it like completely cuts and stops what you're doing, and to you to go ahead and hit the ball. And then it comes back, and it's like, okay, well, now your other person's like 10 feet away from the ball. They don't remember where they were to start with. So you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Where am I? You're all disoriented because that person gets to stop, collect themselves, figure out where they want to hit, and take that like 30 seconds to adjust and figure out.
So it's not like you're not in any rush to hit the ball?
No.
That's dumb.
They still give you like, they pause the timer when you go to hit the ball.
I thought it was going to be like you're playing simultaneously and whoever makes the hole first wins.
It stops the clock.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
It's bad. It's a bad game.
Yeah, after seeing reviews, and especially now after hearing you talk about it, like I'm glad I passed this one up because it just doesn't seem very good.
I used to like the Mario sports games. They were dumb fun, and this one's
man,
just...
Toadstool Tour, I played so much of that game in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good game. I liked the first Mario.
Yeah.
I like those. Yeah, this one's just not good. I wish it was better.
That's sad.
Yeah. So, anywho, that's pretty much all I got to say about that game. So, but yeah, anybody else play anything new this week?
I played the hot new release of the week.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Oh, I did play something new. Sorry, go ahead.
Mhm.
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
As did I.
So how did you play that? Because I can't find it anywhere.
You have to go to your perks section on, what is it? Where is it exactly?
It is. I'm not sure if it's under. Is it? It's by gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your perks, and then where you go.
Perks?
Yeah, where you go in to redeem perks. It's on your.
So I can't do it on the app.
I don't think so. I think I don't know. Did you do it?
Like, it
I
said
don't
it was
remember.
Game Pass. So I was like, oh, here, I'll just download it from Game Pass, and it's not even there.
You have to redeem the perk.
Just make this stuff easy, people. Like, I was not going to play
Yeah.
this because I couldn't find it anywhere. Wow. Anyway, go on.
You don't necessarily need to play it.
You do not.
Okay.
It's okay.
It
I
could be
guess.
worse.
It's just a pretty standard side-scrolling beat 'em up. I'm not like a huge fan of the genre either, so for me, it's just kind of one of those.
Is this better, worse than Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City?
Worse.
Worse. Oh man.
Yeah, worse.
It's pretty simple. There's only 3. It's just Bugs, Lola, and LeBron are your playable characters. You have a punch, you have a jump, you have a dive kick. Pretty standard stuff. The only thing that's kind of unique is there's a basketball on the screen at all times, and if you pick it up, you can chuck it at dudes. You can charge it up and then chuck it, and that does some damage.
Okay.
And then if it flies off screen, Tweety brings it back into the middle of the screen for you and drops it back.
Sure. Why not?
That's about it. There's also I think 8 cards that you can collect, and they're like your special abilities. So when they charge up, then you get to press them, and they're all themed after a character. So like the one that I was using the most was the Granny one, because when you do that, then she puts down a bunch of food items that you can get your health back. Taz does like an area of effect damage. Wile E. Coyote throws a stink bomb and everybody gets frozen for a couple of seconds. They're pretty simple.
Okay.
But the thing that kind of struck me about it is like they could have just made this a really dumb like movie tie-in game and then had some fun with it and been done. but it seems like they thought this was a serious game. I think they took it too
Oh,
seriously.
No.
Because if you look at the achievements, they're like very serious achievements. Like beat the game without continuing, beat the game on hard mode, beat the game with a score of this of above this number.
Like, if anything, they should have made the achievements so easy that
Exactly.
everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, like let's all play this game."
Yeah.
Remember, what was it, that Fast and the Furious?
Yeah.
Like extra that they did for Forza Horizon, and
Yep.
everybody played it.
It was
Because
a really easy. Well, I think at that time were they still 200? Or was that
I think it
1,000?
might have been a full 1,000.
I think you're right actually.
And it was
Yeah, they would have done something like that. And like just off the top of my head, I can think of a bunch of good ideas for that.
Mhm.
Like you make Elmer Fudd one of the cards that you
Mhm.
play, and then it's use the Elmer Fudd card as Bugs Bunny, like, and then your title is like Arch Rivals or something,
Yeah, whatever.
or
yeah.
like
Mhm.
I don't know, like have beat the game solo playing as Lola, and then have the achievement be like I don't need a man or whatever it is, you know, like
You
there's
should write achievements at this point
you know
now.
what I
like-
mean? There's like
Pretty good.
so many
Yeah, that's a good
things
one.
that they could have done, and yet they were just like, no, beat the game on hard mode. Like, really? There's also a boss rush. I tried doing the boss rush like probably 10 times, and I couldn't do it. It's
Oh, no.
it's actually kind of hard.
Oh no.
Maybe I just suck.
Do
at
we know the
game, but
developer on? Was there an
I
actual
don't even
like,
know. I
named
don't
developer
know.
on this?
I think so. I can't tell you, but when you boot it up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it doesn't just say like Havoc and
Yeah,
made in
I'm
Unity.
pretty sure.
I mean, if you want to play through it, it's like half an hour long. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I guess if they're trying to get you to
But-
play it on hard mode, it's only half hour long. That's not
well,
that
hard
bad.
mode's gonna be tough though. I don't know. Maybe because it is 3 player, so maybe the 3 of us could.
Maybe we should. Maybe
Can you play it online?
No, there's no online.
It's all
Yeah.
local. Yeah, okay.
So they didn't put a ton of effort into it,
Right.
but they. Okay.
I didn't know what to expect, but it's could be worse.
It could be.
I mean, it's not Streets of Rage 4 or anything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not close to that, but it's fine.
The other thing that kind of confused me was the second boss. Did you finish it, Jason?
No.
Oh, okay. Did you get to the second boss?
No, first boss. By the way, and then does it save?
It does not save. There
That's
are no
what
saves.
That's what I thought. So I
Yeah.
quit because I figured maybe it meant like go back to the beginning of the section I was in or whatever, but then I
Nope.
noticed it actually didn't save. So
You go
that's
all the way back.
that's also an interesting choice. One of the back to your too serious point.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and put You can go ahead and put save states in this game. That's fine.
So the first boss is the Brow, and it's a very lanky. It's obviously Anthony Davis.
yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So I'm like, that makes sense because he's probably one of the new Monstars or whatever, right? The second boss is the White Mamba.
What?
And I'm like, this is Brian Scalabrine?
Scalabrine?
But it's definitely not a model of him.
Then why?
So
you
I'm
don't
not sure
you don't do
why.
you don't do the White Mamba if it's not Brian Scalabrine.
I don't know if that's something to do with the movie or what, but it just, I was expecting like another NBA player, but I don't, that was strange. And then the final boss is just like this giant robot thing. So
I don't think the movie actually has like a lot of other NBA
I don't know.
player tie-ins. I'm not 100%, but I feel like I haven't.
There's at least 3 other NBA players in it.
Yeah, I just feel like they haven't talked about them much, at least from stuff I've seen.
yeah,
But maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Find out when it comes out in a couple weeks, I guess.
yeah.
Because that'll be a hot topic on this podcast,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
I'll be watching that like the second it drops.
I don't know which. Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know which is going to be the hotter topic: Mortal Kombat or NBA Space Jam.
Yeah.
I don't know. They both have the opportunity to massively disappoint. Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see how Space Jam does.
Here's your chance.
Hey,
Do your dance.
God, here's your chance. Here's your dance.
At the Space
well,
Jam.
I thought there was
all right.
I thought there was another line in between that before it at the Space Jam. I'm sorry. I failed you. Sorry.
Did you even grow up in the 90s?
I'm sorry. I thought there was one more line in between
Just
there.
end the podcast here.
We
Go
should
home.
really. I've failed everyone. I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, I don't know if we can move on from this. I don't know how to move on from this. Did anyone else play any games this week?
I played some other stuff. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I started. I was looking at the release calendar to see what's coming out. The sequel to The World Ends With You is coming out at the end of July. I'm like, oh yeah, I never played that first one, so I'll try out that first one. I have the Switch version. It's the definitive version, or I don't know what they call it. But it's really hard to control. So there's only two control options. It's either touch, so you literally have your Switch and you're touching the screen.
Oh, that's weird.
Or you use one Joy-Con, and to move your character around, you move to where you want them to go, and then you press the button. And then to attack stuff, you put the cursor over top of them and then press the attack button. It's very strange.
This was a DS game, though, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so maybe they just didn't know how to port the thing.
Yeah, and the DS version, you basically controlled two characters at the same time. Like you controlled the top screen and the bottom screen had a different character. Now they kind of just moved it so your second character, you just like summon them and then they play. It was really weird. I did like maybe 10 battles and I'm like, I can't get the hang of this. I don't like this control at all. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna, if that other game reviews well, maybe I'll just go into it blind. But I don't want to force myself to play through this because it just does not play well.
I've heard this is a lot. This is a Nomura game, and people have compared it a lot to this. Hey, this is in the Kingdom Hearts universe,
right.
even. But I've never touched it.
Hopefully now that the new game's coming out on modern consoles, so hopefully the controls are a little more modern. I don't know. It was just a little strange. So I didn't play much of that, but I just decided, you know what, I'm not gonna bother with it. And then I finally finished the first jail in Persona Strikers.
Oh hey,
so
neat. I've done that.
Yeah. Finally went back and did that. I think that's it for games I played.
I finished Intergrade. Intermission, sorry. Intergrade is that. I got my inters confused.
Come on, it's a very simple naming scheme.
Yeah. Anyway, I finished it. I'm sad I finished it because I want more of it. But that was really good. I like that a lot. Man, that was good. I know nothing of that Nero character. Was he in the first?
He was not. He was in Dirge of Cerberus, I believe.
Okay. I just don't know.
As far as I understand. Or maybe he wasn't even that. And the other characters were from... I don't remember.
Okay. I was just curious. I was like, this guy seems like he's a very interesting, like, weird character that might have been part of something or might not have been at all.
Are you talking about the boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final boss.
Yeah, he's from Dirge of Cerberus, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which has got to be them showing their hand to some Vincent content, right? Come on.
I hope so. Yeah.
It's got to be it.
Yeah, I guess I would think so, yeah.
I would gladly take part 2 and then like Vincent DLC and then part 3. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know nothing of this stuff. I just know I want more of I don't know what I'm getting. I just want more of it. Just feed me more of this stuff. Like,
they've got lots of wiggle room because we've talked about it on the podcast before, but there's a ton of untold story left there.
Yeah.
So the sky is the limit. They're just going to have to figure out how to have a giant Sephiroth battle 8 or 9 times throughout the larger story, I guess.
I say we've had one.
Because it's pretty on par till the last 3 or 4 hours, and then it's just it goes a little crazy there, which is fine from a gameplay perspective. It actually makes remake really good. It's definitely a good thing about the remake, but it's different for sure.
It gives it some closure at sections and
and I mean there's even that boss music is the boss music from the end of Proper 7. So it'll be Sephiroth. It's that song, so
it's just one of those iconic songs that even if you didn't play the game, you knew it.
Heard it,
yeah. So man, that thing was good though. Did you finish it yet?
No, I spent what gaming time I had this week. I spent with Ratchet, so Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I've I plugged a little bit more away, but I didn't get much farther in Ratchet.
I want to finish that first. And plus, I'm gonna be just like you. It's almost like I don't even want to play it because I don't want to finish integrate, because that means I'm gonna have to. Sorry, intermission.
See, it's
because that means that I'm gonna have to once again wait for more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's just like a warm blanket, man. You get right back in
it
there,
really
and
is.
you're casting spells, you're leveling up your stuff, you're getting your materia moved around and leveled up and augmented just right, and it's all just so. I don't know whether. Do you have is it your favorite spell system as far as all of the Final Fantasies go?
You mean remake specifically?
No, I would
Just
say
like the upgrade,
7 /
the upgrade
remake
system.
I would say the materia system is what I'm talking about specifically.
Probably, because 8's was a pain in the ass. Because you had
It
to
is,
draw
isn't it?
magic.
Isn't it?
Terrible.
I like
9, you only had like 2 or 3 characters that could actually cast spells.
I like the sphere grid though.
Yeah,
Give me a good sphere grid.
Yeah, 10's good. I think Sphere Grid is probably
but
second
it's back
for
to
me.
specific characters can do. 7's is so great because like any character can do whatever you want them to do.
That's right.
Tens you after a while you could start moving over into other people's stuff. But you had a core, you kind of had your core sphere. And if you're a crazy person like me, you somehow maxed out every single sphere that you possibly could.
10's closer to the legacy, like the job system from like way back when. But does give you, if you're willing to grind for it.
If you're a crazy person,
I think the simplicity of materia and the way you slot in the materia, and then it's also really cool in this new higher fidelity environment how the materia are like Yuffie holds them like they're just like she's like they're
like orbs.
like metal orbs, and you can hear them clanging against one another. You know, like I love like picturing that like slotting into equipment. That is, I don't know. It's always how I pictured it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And now there it is. You're slotting it in, and I think it's a really user friendly, easy to grasp system. And I think over time, Final Fantasy went. I think it's coming back around, but it went to like an inaccessible area for a little while with all that stuff and the amount of information you had to absorb to understand it. I think they went a little astray there for a while, and it wasn't long after 7 they did it. I mean, 8 right away was like, not only is this narrative incredibly complicated, there's too many characters, I'm in space, and I don't understand where my spells are or how to cast them. So, I
think every developer goes through this where they're like, we'll just keep putting like you got to build this system on top of this system because the game has to be different than it was before because otherwise people aren't going to be upset. And it's like, no, just change the story around or do some different story stuff. You don't have to build a new system in just for the sake of putting a new system in. But then you have the issue where like in a lot of narrative story games where it's like, oh yeah, I leveled up Spider-Man and I got him to be able to do this, this, and this, and this. Well, what does that mean for the next game? Like somehow he's got to lose all of his power again, right? Because then what do? You can't have him level up beyond that. Like that's just silly. So I don't know. It's tough to do sequels, but
making games is hard.
I would assume it is. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how it goes for remake specifically because you're at the GOTS by the end of that run, so you're at the top tier of those spells. So. Do they justify somehow wiping you like back, or how do they scale some of that stuff? It'll be
maybe
really
lose all your materia that you've had or something. I don't know. But like maybe you keep your level.
Maybe that's how it starts: is that Yuffie comes and steals all your materia.
Fine, they're gonna need to figure it out. They're gonna need to like, and if we truly are gonna see the end of this story, are they going to do it 9 times? Like, how many times? Ah, shucks. Cloud left his materia in the closet again. We're down here in the meteor.
God
what
damn
are you
it,
doing?
Yuffie's back again. It's like that stupid dog in Luigi's Mansion. Not the dog. Was it a dog?
Yeah.
It was a cat.
It was a cat. It kept coming. Yeah.
Like every time you thought you were at the end of the game, the cat would come steal all your crap again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that cat was annoying.
That'd be beautiful if they found out a little cross-pollination there. One time, the cat just comes in and takes everything and leaves.
What the
fucking Mario cat? No, sir. The Luigi cat. Oh, excuse me.
Or, there's really not Moogles in this game a whole lot. They could throw a Koopo.
Koopa.
Yeah, like just be like, Koopo came and stole all your stuff and be like, what? What the hell happened there?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I did forget something.
oh yeah.
So I did finally get that Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I
Yes.
have an Xbox Series X now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do something on it.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I installed. Well, I played Space Jam.
Space
on
Jam.
it.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
That's what
Space
you do.
Jam.
That's
I
the
mean,
first
you want
thing
to
you
test the
install.
horsepower of the
Yeah.
machine, you do Space Jam.
Yeah.
So I installed Cyber Shadow again. I played it for about 15 minutes and was like, "Oh yeah, this game's hard."
Yeah. Now I remember why I put this down again.
I forgot how hard this game was. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish this."
It's really good, but it is hard.
And the art and the music is so good, but I can't.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
Yeah. It's long too.
Yeah.
I think I'm like halfway through and I've spent probably like 12 or 13
I only got to like
hours in
the
it.
shuriken, so like the very first ability. So I'm not even close to where you are, and I'm already having trouble. So
I that game came out at a really good time where I wasn't playing anything else, and now I've got other things to play, so I don't think I'll ever finish it.
yeah.
But I was playing it for a while and started getting better at it. You just got to practice.
Now that I think about it, that might be a good game to watch some speedruns on. But that'd be a good speedrun game.
I wonder if it's on the schedule for Games Done
It
Quick.
might be too new for it, but for a speed run, but you never know.
They turn those around
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, I'm
it
sure they
depends
do,
on it depends on the game, but
I'm sure there'll be a Resident Evil speedrun there.
I think 8 will be
Yeah.
at the marathon this year. Actually, I'm pretty sure Games Done Quick started on Saturday, so I'll look at the schedule and see if it's on there. It could be
Yeah.
on there.
I need to look at that. I usually find one or two things I'm interested
I have
in.
a couple of game-related things from that before we kick to TV.
I just want to one last thing.
Not Cyber Shadow, something else.
One more thing. I also installed Yakuza, and I skipped through about the first hour of cutscenes
Because you've seen them already.
because I've seen them already.
Mhm.
So I'm like, that's what I'm doing. As I'm getting in there, and I'm like, all right, let me get back to where I was before. So I haven't really like dove into it. I think I want to do Strikers first, and then see what the rest of July looks like. But
Okay,
there might be room for both of those. Looking at the release calendar.
I would say those are. I can't tell you about. I've enjoyed Strikers, but I definitely liked Like a Dragon. I enjoyed Like a Dragon more, but that's not to say maybe it'll be the reverse for you. I don't know, because I do really enjoy when the Persona characters talk in between jails
Yeah.
for 3 hours. Like that's why I'm there. So spending time with that group of characters, the Phantom Thieves, is maybe something you'll enjoy as much as Like a Dragon, but there are things that happen in Like a Dragon that are just really special.
And also, like, I want to make sure I'm caught up for this year before I go backwards, you know? So.
That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I'm just excited you're going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's real. It's worth it, in my opinion. Ichiban's kind of like Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
He will not be deterred.
He's like
you can't
super
make him
weird, but like such a good heart. Like you can't.
You can't make him stop. He's gonna kick your ass and then try to save you at the same time. Like he's just relentlessly positive, and it's not something that you get a lot of with, especially in the age of the anti-hero. You just don't get that a lot, and he is that, but he's also like he wants people to succeed and do well and enjoys when people. He's like a really good manager.
Yeah.
Ichiban just wants people to be successful, and their success is his success, and then that's all he lives for. And that game's really it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I today was catching up on some of the speedruns, and I came across the Metal Wolf Chaos XD run.
Which you watched me play most of the way through.
Was that XD?
Yeah.
It was XD.
Yeah.
And you played that on the Xbox, right?
I think it was on PlayStation.
Was it on PlayStation?
I think it was PS4.
So I got to tell you, Caleb, I think you should have been listening to the dialogue for that game. Have you heard some of the voice acting?
Yes.
Logan,
I have no idea.
The president sounds like Iron Eagle.
Oh, really?
It's really weird. His name's Richard Justice. And he
Also
continuously
hilarious.
says, "I'm Richard Justice, the President of the United States." And he continues to say that over and over and over and over.
And first down, Rams.
Caleb, I didn't understand. I'm sorry I didn't know. Like,
It's like
these cutscenes are incredible. There was literally a donation to make the game longer so they could watch all the cutscenes. It was a donation incentive, and it was like $5,000 or something. Hey, get us to the donation incentive, and you can watch all of the cutscenes.
It's like if it's like I want to compare it a little bit to Metal Gear, but like in a really like if somebody that wasn't super intelligent wrote Metal Gear.
But I think it's all the way around. Like it is on purpose stupid.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. The voice actors
It's
are
like-
also like really
here's
like
what it is.
they're
You have-
into it.
You have this highly intelligent lead writer, and he's like, I'm so sick of making video games. I don't want to do this anymore. And you get this intern that comes in, and he's like, I got it. I got everything figured out. I am 14 years old, and I have the best story ever written.
Yeah.
And this highly intelligent guy is like, yeah, we're going with that. He's like, I'm going to edit this, but we're going with that.
That sounds great. That sounds great. He just like, oh man, I saw the end. The end is fantastic, where they just hurl each other back from space and back into the atmosphere, and it's just so cheesy. It's so
Yeah.
great.
Mm.
I'm trying to work, and then I keep overhearing all this dialogue, and I'm like, is this real?
Maybe I
Is
should
this
go
game
watch that
real?
speedrun.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's good. And what's nice about Games Done Quick is I could consume all that stuff in literally like an hour and 20 minutes because
yeah.
there's a professional gamer playing it
Right.
for me.
Yeah, just looking right here. Right now, Resident Evil 7 is on.
Oh, okay, right now.
Right now.
Okay.
Dead Space is at 9:30.
Let's see. Yes.
And then Little Nightmares 2 starts at midnight.
There's a new game for you.
And there's a newer game.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to play that?
I need to give it back to you. I don't think I am going to. It's in my stack of like current, and every time I'm like, shit, that's Caleb's.
Tomorrow night in the the primetime slots are Majora's Mask, an Untitled Goose Game.
There you go.
Untitled Goose
fun.
Game. Their target is 32 minutes.
Huh.
Seems maybe a little.
Maybe
longer
there's
than I thought.
100% going
Maybe-
on.
Oh, it does say 100%
There you
co-op.
go. So you got to do everything
100%
co-op.
co-op.
I
Yep.
never did check out the co-op stuff in that game.
Yeah, we my
Watch
daughter
someone
and I
else do
did
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter and I messed around with it for a little bit. It was just fun to mess with. And then tomorrow X-Men 2 Clone Wars on the Genesis.
That's kind of awesome.
32 minutes is the target for that.
Okay.
Sonic Colors, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Adventure 2.
The Sonic block.
Yeah, there is a Sonic block. Then we go into Super Mario Brothers 2. Doom Eternal is tomorrow night.
That's last year though, right? Doom Eternal. is
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah.
Pokemon Black, White.
What's the Doom Eternal time?
There's 2. It says Ancient Gods.
Is that the DLC
Maybe that's
Maybe.
the
for
DLC.
Eternal?
Because there's Ancient Gods 1 and Ancient Gods 2 on Nightmare difficulty, 30 minutes apiece.
So I think it's probably 2 pieces of DLC at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's where I don't know who's running it, but the guy who ran OG Doom last year, it's like,
This is Nicole Goodnight.
oh no, I don't know that name. So
And then we've got
these people are like the people running Doom are like the reactions these people have. are
We
just
need to pause for a
ridiculous.
second.
Mhm.
Chris Paul just made a 3,
Mhm.
got a free throw,
Mhm.
and then they got the ball back.
Was
It must have been a flagrant.
Yeah, because he
Because of the feet.
he landed it where his feet. The
But
guy.
that's crazy if they get another score out of this.
Mhm.
Big
That's-
swing,
that-
right?
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
points.
final game one night, by the way. Again, I don't know. That's what we do. We watch basketball. We podcast.
yeah.
Thing.
Yep.
Then tomorrow we've got Astro's Playroom.
There you go.
26 minutes.
Is
Sure.
there a percentage tied to
It says
that?
any percentage, so I would assume that just means clear all 4 levels.
Yeah,
and then
they're
the
not
fifth-
going to do all the pieces
and the
then.
5th boss. Yeah,
Yep.
so you don't have to get everything. Streets of Rage 4, 50 minutes. Let's see, anything big. Oh, Fire Emblem is the big game tomorrow night. No, thank you. And Breath of the Wild, 2 hours, all dungeons.
All dungeons?
All dungeons.
I mean, all 4.
But it is all 4. I mean, so there's some games I've never heard of, like Storks and Apes and Crocodiles.
That's part of the reason why I enjoy watching
Never
this.
heard of that game in my
It's
life.
because you turn it on, you're like, I would have never known about this. I don't know what this is. It looks really bad, but people play it.
Bowser's Fury, 38 minutes.
There you go. There's a new game.
Mario Kart 64, 150cc all cups in 35 minutes.
That seems fast.
Well, but it also, I mean, the races are the race times. I mean, you can't be that much better. I mean, I don't know. It just seems odd.
There's a lot of skips.
It says skips.
And there you go. So you're gonna see him flying
Like
all over the
Rainbow Road, you can do in I think it's 6 seconds or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just literally fly off the edge onto the bottom of the course, and then you keep doing that.
And then Super Mario Brothers 3.
Is that a
and
race or is it just a single run?
It says any percentage warpless co-op. I don't know what that.
Co-op.
How do you co-op that? But you know what? You know what they end games done quick with? Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
3 hours 15 minutes. Critical mode too.
Is that hard?
That's
like
the hardest
hard?
mode. Yeah.
If you want to be impressed, man, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be impressive probably to watch that. So
That's if you want to segue into TV, I won't be watching TV this week. I'll be watching games too quick. That'll be what I spend my viewing
that
time
and the finals.
on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, there's
That'll be it.
a lot of it's like I said, and I should say a lot of NBA, but at least there's,
Yeah, and when it's finals time, I don't know about you guys, but it's that is main screen.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of zone
correct.
out.
Correct.
The finals is the finals.
Yeah.
It's unless all of a sudden it becomes a blowout game or something,
Yeah.
then it's. But even at that, it's still flaming hot Doritos Locos Taco. Look out! I haven't seen one of those yet.
Yeah, we have.
Flamin' hot?
Yeah, they used to have those.
With the red shell?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're bringing them back. It's the promo is I don't know. It's best comeback or whatever, and it's if a team is down at halftime of a finals game and then comes back to win it, everybody gets a free
taco.
taco.
Got it. Okay. Good to know. I hadn't seen the official promo
But
yet.
that's just the same. They had the nacho, the spicy, and then the Cool Ranch. They had all 3, and they got rid of Cool Ranch and spicy, but they still have the nacho, I think, right?
Yeah, the nacho. That's my wife gets it all the time. I don't know. Dorito Loco. Yeah, the Doritos Locos Taco. No lettuce, because God forbid she have a vegetable on that thing. I don't know. Anyway, TV. I don't know if I have a lot.
Let me make sure I have my list.
I'm sitting here thinking about what TV I've watched this week, and I kind of had a busy week, so I really didn't watch anything too crazy. I don't think.
Yeah, it wasn't a big week for new stuff. Something did just come out today, though, that I watched.
Yeah.
It's called I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. I don't know if you guys have heard this or not. It's a season 2 that just came out today.
I don't know if I've heard of this now.
It's a sketch show. There's now there's 12 episodes, 6 in each season, and they're 15 to 18 minutes long each. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's basically Tim Robinson. I don't think I would recommend this to you, Jason, because it's him. It's most of the sketches are him in a common scenario, like an office workplace or at a restaurant or something. And he does something extraordinarily awkward and then tries to talk his way out of it. And that's the whole sketch. And
Yeah,
it's a
probably not
lot
for
of
me.
those. Yeah,
You don't
probably
like
not
awkward.
for you. Yeah. But I think it's hilarious. It's absurd in a lot of ways, and it's exactly my sense of humor. So I love it. But I don't know if I would highly recommend it to either of you, especially not Jason.
I typically, if I watch a show for the first time, I look at the IMDb of it just to kind of get an idea of some of the actors or whatever in it. The last search I had on IMDb was everything that we watched last week, so that would have been physical damages because we talked about Rose Byrne, Gangs of London. I don't think I watched anything new this week. I just realized that I didn't watch anything this week. Interesting.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot else new this week, so I ended up going back to some older stuff. So I watched both episodes of Tiger we talked about last week.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think?
It's really good.
It is good,
yeah.
isn't it?
It's I think they did I don't know if they did a good job or if they just happened to get the people they could get. But they did, if they picked those people specifically, I think they did a good job of getting people that were close to the situation, but not too close to the situation. Because nobody held back. Nobody was like, you know what, I don't really feel comfortable talking about that. It was all out there, but it wasn't necessarily like, it wasn't people on the outside looking in either. It was people in there. So,
I can't remember the gentleman's name. The club pro that...
The Australian guy?
No. The club pro that was in his early 20s when Tiger was a kid, that the course that Earl trained him at.
Oh, yeah.
Where Earl had the trailer and was tomcatting around.
Yeah.
And when that guy comes to the realization of the part he played and how... like what young Tiger saw and then how he went on to live his life.
Yep.
The beginning of that interview where he says he's not going to like this shit at all.
Yep.
And then he basically tells the story that he hung out with Tiger while his dad was doing whatever with various women. And
then he took his turn.
Yeah, and he felt like he just what is he says sorry kiddo or something like that, like he is reconciling his own role in that as they interview him. That was like the thing that really like they really got something out of this guy, because that guy knew Tiger as a kid, watched him grow up, and he says stuff like not the kind of environment for a kid at all.
Yep.
You know, and that's the kind of stuff that really makes that doc shine. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's a really good doc. I think if I'm ranking the sports docs, I think Last Chance U might be a little better.
Okay.
But it's right up there. Like they're both really
Last Chance U's
solid.
really good this year. Man, that thing's good.
I need to finish that. I've watched a couple episodes of it. I certainly like it. It's just, God, there's so much to watch.
Yeah, I struggled with watching it too, just for the fact of I was usually watching it late at night, and
it's a documentary, so you could fade on it.
Yeah, so it was,
doesn't mean it's not good.
No, exactly. So there was many times that I was going, okay, I think I was about 25 minutes through episode 3. Let me rewind. Oh yeah,
I remember that.
I saw this. Okay, okay, maybe I was like 35 minutes in. Like there was a lot of those, but. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, it's definitely not for lack of it being good. It's just more of a I'm tired at 11 o'clock at night by the time I'm watching the show.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
And then the other old thing I went back to, because you reminded me last week that I didn't respect our TV of the quarter.
to finish the head.
So I finished the head.
I need to go back and finish it too.
I'm really, really glad I finished that. Though. That show is really good.
Awesome.
I won't spoil anything for Logan, but like the ending, it conceivably could have gone 3 different ways.
Could have.
And they chose one, and I was like, I could see that as a possibility, but I didn't know it was going to be that one. Sure. So
you know that there are a lot of things in play, and you can deduce what of the series of outcomes it could be. It doesn't treat you like an idiot or a child or try to throw red herrings at you. It's gonna go one way.
Yep.
But which way they decide to go is the interesting part, and you can kind of guess, like, well, if this happened, maybe, yeah. I'm glad you like that. The show's pretty good. Not only is it good, but it was really surprising because I wasn't expecting that out of that show, and it's pretty dang good. Yeah. I'm glad you finished it. And it's only 6 episodes, right? So.
5, I think. Yeah, 5? It's just 5.
5. Oh, wow, 5. See, yeah, I need to finish this.
Yeah.
That's just dumb of me. Okay, I'll finish it.
Yeah.
I do think, and maybe you go solo, but I do think your wife might like that. I don't know if she watched the first one with you or not.
She fell asleep. I think it was just one of those, like, started watching it at 10:30 at night kind of things. Like, that'll do it to you.
Yeah.
So It's just one of those, like, we've been every night. Like last night we didn't get home until 10 o'clock because we had a softball game that started at 8, and then tonight we had both girls had softball games at 6. By the time we got home and everything else, then now we're down here podcasting and the
Yep.
finals are on, and it's just we're in a busy run right now.
I would make sure, depending on what you watch it on,
Mhm.
make sure you have subtitles on, because randomly there will be like 4 lines of dialogue in a different language, and I kept
Oh.
forgetting to turn subtitles
Just
on.
because of where it's shot.
Yeah. So I'd have to rewind, turn subtitles on, and then see what it was.
Also,
Okay.
is that Swedish? Danish? What was that?
yeah. Like, I don't even know what language
Kurdish.
that was.
I don't know.
Did they make it up for this show? Like,
It's headish.
That subtitle say "I'm the killer"? What?
I'm not sure.
this week though is a big week in TV.
There is a lot of stuff
There's
coming
a
out this
lot
week.
coming out this week.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I just saw a commercial for something, a Steve Martin Short and Selena Gomez show that's like a murder suspense show.
Huh.
Like, what the hell? Like,
Murder suspense show. Huh?
yeah, like you wouldn't think that any of that would be like those 3 people I just rattled off would have any sort of like.
I did not hear about that one.
Yeah, it's super weird.
While he's looking that up, I watched 4 more episodes of Gangs of London.
Okay.
There is a highly choreographed fight in each of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
So
it
it's
is
the
kind of like
Into the Badlands
yeah.
thing. I am having. I don't want to be hyperbolic, but I don't think I've seen a show that has fight choreography as good as this. The issue is I enjoy the overall story, but I wonder if there's a way for you guys to just see each individual fight, because it is like it's on a whole other level. It's if there's another show doing this, I haven't seen it. The creative ways they are finding to like have these shootouts and dismemberments, and like it's super violent, but none of it seems like I could see how that would happen in this particular encounter. None of it seems like violent for violence sake. It literally makes sense the way that it's shot. Like, if Jason Bourne was going to take someone's head off, this is how it would happen. Or it's John Wick's a different thing because it's so like close quarters combat in a way with guns. And so this isn't like, and it's not like mowing down a group of guys. It's either these large conflicts or these one-on-one things that are shot super intimately, and like anytime someone breaks a bone or like it all just is shot really realistically, like very believably. No one has like Crouching Tiger superpowers. It's some of the highest quality fight choreography I've ever seen. So I kind of want you guys to see that stuff, but not to the point where I can say I'll go through an hour of television for this.
Right, and that the premise just does not do anything for me. So I don't know if I can force myself to.
Yeah,
I understand.
Like that fight scene was really cool. If you just tell us like, hey, fast forward to 33 minutes in every week, like sure, I'll.
Maybe that's the way to do it, because it's something else. Like I can't think of another show that's doing that right now. Maybe there is something that I'm not watching, but once a week, it's like you can expect a brawl and something like very clever and creative to happen in that encounter. It's not just standard fare. So I know when those things happen, it's like 15 minutes of like I can't take my eyes off of it. It's wild. It's very good. But then you get back to like the whole political gang drama piece of it, and it's like, yeah, that stuff is pretty subpar.
Gotcha.
So that's it. That was the only other thing I watched.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at what's coming out this week.
The Resident Evil anime.
Yeah, the Resident Evil
It's
anime
coming out.
comes out Friday.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it comes out Thursday. It says
Yeah. Well,
Thursday. Like
I think
probably
it's like
late
11
Thursday.
p.m. or
Is that
whatever.
episodic?
Just
Or
as
is
far
it
as
just
it says,
a
season one.
standalone?
I think it's supposed to be like a prequel to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
set in
To all of
I
Resident Evil?
think so.
let me
Damn it.
rattle off the description here. Set in 2006, zombies attack the White House just as
Oh, maybe
Leon
not.
Kennedy
Yeah.
arrives to investigate a hacking attempt there. Meanwhile, in Panamistan, sure, Claire Redfield looks
That's a
into a
real
strange drawing in this CG animated series based on the video game franchise.
So it's post 3 and 4.
Yeah.
If it's 2006. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Anything else that you were looking forward to,
There's
Caleb?
2 reboots
Mhm.
on Thursday coming out.
Yeah, are you? Please don't tell me you're interested in one of them.
I'm interested in both of these.
Oh, really?
The Gossip Girl reboot is
Yeah.
happening.
Gossip Girl?
I really liked that show.
Really?
But I fell off at some point, and then it had like 100 more episodes, so I never went back to it.
I'd heard that it started off strong and then just like really
Yeah.
got bad at the end. I think Blake Lively's very attractive, but so is Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah,
and that makes
well,
sense why they're together.
Blake Lively will not be in this one, I
No.
don't think.
Yeah,
She's maybe a little too old to be in Gossip Girl.
maybe.
The other one is Leverage, and there's a subtitle on that, and I can't remember what it is now.
I don't. I was looking. I don't see it.
Leverage was on. It was actually on TNT.
It was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was what's his name? Timothy.
Oliphant.
No, the
No.
other one, Hutton.
Timothy Hutton.
Yeah.
Yeah, even worse.
I don't think
Timothy
he's.
What am I talking about?
Didn't he get into some trouble?
I don't
remember.
know.
I don't think he's in the reboot, but everybody else is, I think, from that original. But it's basically a show about how these hustlers get together and they go to people that are doing bad things and then scam them out of a bunch of money. Each episode is generally episodic. And I really liked the original show, and I didn't watch them all, but I'm going to check out this reboot and see how it goes.
Okay. There is because this is my life. Disney Plus has a new Monsters Inc. show coming out this week called Monsters at Work. This is set after the first movie, and they have to fire all of the monsters who work there because they're all scary, and they have to hire monsters that are funny because that is what their new thing is. They are now comic monsters and not scary monsters.
Have fun with that. We'll give you 60 seconds next week.
It's a 20-minute cartoon comedy series for kids. I'm not anticipating a lot of good stuff out of this. The other thing that is happening this week on there, they are doing a Simpsons Marvel crossover, which is probably going to be terrible. It's called The Good, the Bart, and the Loki. There's a pretty funny poster for it.
Okay.
That's about it. They put a bunch of random Simpsons characters dressed as Marvel characters and like made them look all like the Endgame poster. That's all. But that's all we have.
Yeah.
It could be 2 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. It could be an hour. I have no idea. That's all I know is that it's coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
That was only Disney Plus stuff, I think. But there's a new show on HBO Max coming out this week called The White Lotus that is getting good reviews so far. I don't know really anybody who's. I shouldn't say I don't know anybody who's in this, but at least the top 2 cast members, I don't know who they are. But it does have a couple of other people: Connie Britton, Alexandra Daddario, and Jennifer Coolidge. That was who would know Jennifer Coolidge as Stifler's mom. That was how you would know her. But this show, the synopsis says, set in a tropical resort, it follows the exploits of various guests and employees over the span of a week. That is all it says.
You know, I like it when synopses are like that.
It just because I know
Because I don't want to know much going into
No,
a show.
I don't know much about it either. I was slightly off here on this Hulu show with Martin Short, and then it doesn't come out until August 31st. But the show is called Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, okay, it's that one.
Yeah. So it's three strangers who obsessed with true crime suddenly find themselves caught up in a true crime. So there is some sort of murder happening with it, but it's probably obviously some sort of satirical thing with those two involved. Can't imagine they're all of a sudden going to go and be like, yeah, we're going to do something together and it's going to be super serious.
I mean, weirder things
Maybe.
have happened.
I mean, what was that? Oh, it was the morning show that Martin Short was in that he played a complete asshole. He was really good at it. Now Steve Martin, I don't know if I've ever
that
seen him.
That comes back pretty soon too, actually.
Yeah, Morning Show is back again in August, and Ted Lasso is back July 26th.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
lots of TV coming.
I noticed my Apple TV Plus subscription renewed, and I was like, "Damn it, why did it renew?" And I was like, "Oh right, that's because Ted Lasso is coming out." Because I think I was on like a free
I need to check that
membership for quite a while, and I was like, "Ooh, like."
Yeah, I think I got a year with my phone, so I need to check.
That's
and make
what.
sure,
Yeah, I had a year, and then I got an extra 6 months for something for some dumb reason. They're like, "Oh yeah, here, have an extra 6 months of Apple TV Plus." Okay, whatever. And then I was like, "Oh, I got charged." Oh wait, Ted Lasso's coming. You know what? I'm fine. I'll give you my $5. Don't worry about it. You keep making Ted Lasso. How about that? That's perfectly fine.
Take my $5, give it directly to Ted.
Yeah.
Seriously, for $5 too. Like,
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but Jason Sudeikis went from dating one very attractive model to now another. He went from Olivia Munn to Keely Hazel.
the based on Keely.
Yeah.
Like Keely's character
Kind
from
of.
Ted Lasso.
Like, she's not obnoxious, though. The model isn't. I don't think they're based on each other. But I think Keely Hazel's actually in this new season.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think she is a crazy person as far as I know.
We're watching that show. My wife and I are.
What?
Season 1 of Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay, good.
It's so great.
That's, yeah. Oh, that's right, because Aaron never
You put
watched
the dame
she never
before
watched
the
it
game, didn't you, Coach? Come on, Coach.
Coach. Beard, man. Beard's so good.
And Beard, you're eating chicken. You can't have both. He just nonverbal Beard all the time. And when he does say something, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, he does. So, yeah, otherwise, yeah, well, maybe next week we'll watch something. And Jason will just tell us how Summer Game's done quick.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, that's it. I'm
There's a
watching
really
marathon.
big Dota tournament this week too, so I'll report back on that.
Okay. All right. I don't know what I'll report back on.
You'll report back on this Simpsons Marvel
Oh,
crossover thing.
yeah. I will tell you guys if it's worth the whatever time it's worth, and we'll go with that. But otherwise, I think that's it for this week, right? We don't have anything else, even though it was a long week, but we have all been pretty busy, so we'll have a short week now, but we'll see what we can squeeze in here. With summer, it's always weird. You never know what you're going to get.
Are there any releases this week, games-wise? Games?
No.
I didn't think so.
Not
I was just
that I
making
know
sure.
of.
The
I
whole
didn't think so.
July is just a wasteland.
Yeah, July never has much in it, so this is going to be probably our catch-up time on stuff. So
It's time to like a dragon.
Yeah. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. I need to ratchet and clank it though too. So anywho, all right. Well, it's been the Master of Unlocking podcast for this week, and the end of the third quarter of the finals. Good night, everyone.
Can I have a taste of your ice cream?